What did it mean to you to be here working out for the Raptors? You got your Raptors jersey on. Like, what'd that feel like?
It's cool. I mean, it's just a team you grow up watching. Like, I remember it's not that long ago, but I remember like driving around downtown, like after they won the championship, like downtown was going crazy. Now to be able to in here working out, like it's real cool.
What would it feel like to be drafted by this team? I'm sure getting drafted in general would be pretty special, but specifically in Toronto.
Yeah, obviously getting drafted like anywhere would be a blessing, but drafted Toronto, like it's a team you grew up watching. Like it's a team like, all my buddies watch. Like it's a team my family watch. Like it would be real cool.
And what did you think of the workout itself? They're typically pretty demanding. Did you feel ready for it? Did you feel like it was a good test of what you can do?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's always good to do against like different guys. You know, we've been working with the same guys in the agency all summer, so go against different bodies, get up and down the floor. It's always nice.
How far are you, do you think? Do you feel like there's still room to go in terms of your ceiling and things like that?
Yeah, I don't even think I'm close to my ceiling. I'm still like doing things in practice that I've never done. Still trying to add things to my game that I've never done before. I don't think I'm a finished product by any means in any part of my game. I think I can still get better in every part of my game.
Yeah, I think probably more than anything is he seems to be playing with a lot more confidence, and I think that's from years of success in college, and I mean having one of the greatest careers in college history. Like it's hard to not step on the floor with confidence nowadays, and it's definitely he's probably improved his body more than last year, which then overall probably improves like him as a prospect just for where he's at now versus a year ago. But skill wise, game wise, like it's kind of been the progression of him as a player is I would say somewhat as expected, just with the amount of work that he's put into it.
You went through the draft process to a certain point last year, and why do you think this year the experience should be different? What encouraged you to kind of not encourage you to stay in, but what makes you think that you can, you know, how have you developed maybe in the year past?
Well, I developed in a lot of ways. I think I'm still kind of the same type of player. Like I'm still strong, like to bang inside, like to get my position, like to carve out space and dominate the paint. But I think I improved my foot speed, and improved my conditioning. I improved a lot of things, my touch and my feel for the game. And this year's different than last year because I know I'm in this year. Like it's not I'm 50-50 like last year. I wasn't sure. This year, there was no doubt in my mind I was going to the NBA.
Your 3-point shot, you basically didn't take them in college, and we saw that at the combine. That was something.
50% of my career.
There you go. But where is that at, and how much stress have you put on that in this process?
Yeah, that's something I obviously in the season I would work on. Like you do the drills, you spend your own time on it. But then kind of in this off season when I really like attacked it. Like I said, like at Purdue I was a post up player. Like people, it's not a secret. Like I like to play in the post. I like to get rebounds. But now that I'm preparing for the draft, like it's what I'm really working on. Like staying in my range, feeling comfortable out there, and feeling comfortable doing different things.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely looks as if it's something that he's worked on a lot, and he's probably hasn't had quite the green light to show that previously. And I'm sure as every agent is telling all the players is that the way the NBA has gone, you have to be able to stretch out the floor with just the way that offenses are played nowadays. And I would say he looks like he's been putting in the hours on that, and I would say as much as everybody, like it's definitely, I want to say a make or break skill, but it's something that would really enhance potential for especially for big players like that.
Well, you've been asked this like a million times, but how do you feel like you fit in the NBA, in the modern game, the way it is today?
Yeah, I think the NBA it's a league for elite basketball players. I think some people like to think that's something that's not. I fit in by doing what I do. Like I'll always focus on impacting and winning. Like whatever a coach wants me to do. If a coach wants me to bang inside, get a rebound, catch a lob, that's what I'll do. If a coach wants me to work on my other parts of my game, I'll do that. I'm a flexible guy, and I think I just want to win.
What in this process? What do you want to show? I mean, teams want to see certain things, but what do you want to make sure people see from you as you try to, I guess, work out for these teams?
Just show who I am. I'm not going to try to be anyone. I don't know how to be anyone else. Like I'm going to show who I am. I'm going to compete. I'm going to come out, and I'm going to try to win every drill. And that's all I want to show.
it's going to be interesting to see how the first round plays out. And as always, there's guys that slide into the second round that maybe teams hadn't expected to be. And so what that overnight frenzy looks like, it'll be interesting to see. But also we feel like we could be in a good spot to where hopefully someone drops that we like ourselves. And so it's not so much about what to do with that pick as much as, we're just in a good position to hopefully get a really good player.
When you look at the league, are there players that you kind of have begun to role model yourself or sort of identify,
Yeah, there's
your common attributes?
a ton of guys. Like there's guys in the league like that kind of play like how I want to play, like Valanciunas, like Zubac, the way Jokic plays in the post, the way Embiid plays in the post, Vucevic. There's some guys in the league that kind of do some things that I want to do. So kind of looking at them, but then also remembering like I'm a different person than them. Like what works for them might not work for me. What works for me might not work for them. So kind of just taking bits and pieces, figuring out what's comfortable, what's not, and then adding that to my game.
I mean, all the talk about it being a weak draft, I think, has been a little overblown. I'd say it's probably more of a up top. There's just not those consensus players that are, for sure locks for the top 5. And so with kind of anybody being able to jump into that top 5, it just the dominoes start to fall. And a lot of times players get passed on because they weren't able to get them into their facility for whatever reason, or agents and whatnot, they try to manipulate a little bit to try to get their guy to get passed by a few different teams. And then all of a sudden, like, players start to fall, and then it just kind of snowballs in terms of, someone that was expected to go in the top 4 could be going 14 instead. And I would say the lack of like the consensus that everybody kind of prepared for maybe is contributing to that more than usual.